Hey everyone, so this is our first episode of Career Talk where we're basically going to talk about all things career related. We're going to start from internships and work our way up to CEO. So the first episode is going to be about how to get an internship, and who better to segue into this topic than Lauren Berger, the intern queen. In your book, you talk about a dream list. What is a dream list?
You can make this on Excel, on Google Docs, on a napkin, whatever you want. Just try to have it with you at all times so you can just pull it up on your phone, pull it up on your laptop. But the first column is going to be company. So of course, the company where you're applying for an internship. The second column is going to be the company website. Then you have the company contact information. So who's the internship coordinator? What's their email? What's their phone number? Then you're going to put the materials required. Some internships will require resumes, cover letters, letters of recommendation, whatever it might be. Write that down. You want to make sure that you follow directions. If you don't follow directions, you're probably not going to get the internship. So, and then you're going to track the date that you apply for the internship and of course the internship deadline. Now, the last column is so important because it's the follow-up category. You are going to follow up 2 weeks after you submit your materials. And that's why it's so important to track the date that you send your materials out. You want to make sure that you're staying on top of these applications and you're reaching out, you're confirming that people received your materials, and you're really taking initiative and showing that you're interested.
Is it inappropriate to hit them up on Twitter or Instagram, or what are the rules and etiquette for internshipping?
Yeah, so let's discuss the social media etiquette. So I think Facebook is weird. I do. I think it would be weird to find a CEO of a company on Facebook and send them a friend request. I feel like people take Facebook very personally. They use it to share photos with friends and family. I feel like they don't necessarily want an interested student or even an intern finding them there. I think Twitter is fair game as long as their feed is not private. If their feed is public, I think that's a great way to follow an executive at a company to find out what's interests them, you know, what drives them, what news articles are they sharing. You could tweet to them and say, I just applied for an internship at your company, I'm so excited. And I've heard about students landing internships because of tweets.
Oh,
so
interesting.
This,
all right, guys.
Yeah, it does work. And then LinkedIn is a must. I mean, you have to have a LinkedIn profile, and LinkedIn is a great way to search the company that you want to work for and then find out what friends you have in common. A great trick is also to see which alumni from your college or university work at your dream companies.
Okay, terrible resumes.
I've seen resumes where the students just totally leave off their contact information. So again, if I'm an employer and I'm interested in your resume, I want to contact you. That's the next step. The resume should really help you land the internship. Make sure you have a professional email address. I just helped my little cousin last week. She had an email address that was like princess747. So I was like, oh no. We did a nice first name dot middle initial dot last name at gmail.com. Also, make sure your education is on there. As an employer, the second I look at your resume, I want to understand where you are in life. You know, what year are you? Are you in college? Are you in high school? When do you graduate? That information is really pertinent on the resume. And then also the formatting, make sure it's consistent. There should be the same number of spaces between every category. So I think the best resumes I've seen have a little bit of color. They're not doing the traditional formatting. Maybe they have a little side margin that lists some of their on-campus or extracurricular activities. Make sure the information is chronological. I've seen some backwards resumes where the first thing I'll see on there is from like 2002, and I'm thinking, huh? Otherwise, I would say that I just see a lot of resumes that clearly aren't tailored for the position that you're applying for. If you're going after a social media position, then you want to make sure when you talk about all the different experiences you've had, you talk about social media. You say things like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever, Snapchat, whatever it might be.
Cover letters.
If we have an employer who's hiring interns in Los Angeles and they get a resume from a student who goes to school in Oklahoma, but maybe they're from Los Angeles, The employer doesn't know that. It's your job to connect the dots and say, yes, I do go to college in Oklahoma. However, I'm going to be home over the summer in Los Angeles, where I'm from, and I'm going to be available to intern from May until August or whatever the time frame is. Also, if you're a senior or even a high school junior, maybe you're a college freshman, you're a little younger, but you're really ambitious, call that out in the cover letter. Yes, I'm a freshman, but I've done all of my research and I'm ready and prepared to take on this internship. Letters of recommendation are also frequently requested, so it's always good to have 3 different types of letters of recommendation on hand at all times. One academic reference, so that's from a professor who you had a great experience with. One professional reference, so maybe it was your boss at your first job. My first job was at the Red Lobster. And then also a character reference, so someone who's in your personal life and your social circle who can speak to your, the personal traits that make you great for any position.
For the personal one, family members, do they count or no?
Yeah, I think you could definitely have family members. If anyone in your social circle has a really cool job or like a really unique take on, again, you and why you would make a great addition to any company, I think that person would be great to write the letter.
Make sure you're a nice person.